Joining us now is global entrepreneur and business strategist Ruble Chandy.
The international entrepreneur and best-selling author Ruble Chandy.
Great to be with you, Melissa, and good morning, Houston. Today is an important topic, right? Most of humanity, when I study human and how we operate in the world, this is true for business people. They're trying to draw a tail on a donkey, and a real donkey, or a picture donkey, but they almost completely miss the point. And this is true for human too. We are lack of clarity creatures trying to figure out life as life goes by, and then life is gone, and then you're like, what happened? I have no clue what happened. So I'm going to share something fascinating. This is a thing that fascinates me the most that I'm going to share with you. In order to bring in clarity to humans, to see how we could, grow, see how you could manifest and dream and achieve what we want to achieve in business or life, so many people came in to give us clarity. And I will talk about a few people who came in and gave us clarity. But specifically, I'm going to talk about one person here, who's Abraham Maslow. So Maslow came up with this thing called Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs. So essentially mentioning that humans are operating in a hierarchy, and there is a physiological set of needs for humans. And then once that physiological set of needs are met, then we have safety needs. We need to feel secure and safe. It could be psychological safety. And then you feel the need for loving and belonging. And then you have the need for feeling esteem and accomplishment. And then you could be self-actualized. So it's a journey. So what I'm going to say today to you is, this is one of the biggest mistakes that I love Abraham Maslow. I see some major great things from Abraham Maslow, but this is one of the biggest blunders that most of humans believe. So we'll start with that humble remark. And with that, what does that mean by what does that mean by this is a blunder? It's a blunder because humans don't operate in hierarchy. There is a quote from Maslow. So I'll basically quote Maslow to explain why this is a blunder. I thought it was funny to do that. So Maslow said, once you are really good at using a nail, you think everything, once you're really good at using a hammer, you think everything is a nail. It's a quote from Maslow. Maslow was really good at the hammer of mind. So he thought mind is everything, and he thought everything was a nail. Everything was a mind nail. What does that even mean? What it means is Maslow equated humans to human minds. And he thought the needs of the human mind are the needs of the human soul. That is the biggest misinterpretation that probably almost nobody pointed out till yet for clearly. So I'm very excited about it. And I love Maslow, like I said. I overuse Maslow's quotes. So now, think about it. Physiological needs, safety. If you feel safe, then you feel love. So think about those three: physical, physiological, safety, love, belonging. So think about Titanic. This is a movie where Jack and Kate, they are deeply in love. And Jack, does he have physiological safety? Physiological protection? No. Does he have psychological safety? Probably no, but he's still in love. So it doesn't make sense logically from that one example. A person who's meditating in Himalayas, does he have physiological safety? Does he have psychological safety in a sense that he feels secure about his mind or body or being able to protect himself from snow or whatever? No, but he is self-actualized. So if you look further, like Jesus is proclaiming his sermon, and somebody come to him and ask him, hey, what's up, Jesus? How do I find heaven? And Jesus is like, hey, do you have physiological safety? Do you have psychological, do you feel good about your psychology? Do you have love? And do you have esteem? Okay, you don't? Oh, okay, go back and come back. Go back, get all these things and come back, and then I'll teach you how to be self-actualized. No, he said, just show up and Just love each other, and you will be able to find your truth. So the biggest misconception that humans have that stop them from growing in business and growing in life and claiming their highest destiny is that humans are in this journey from broken to being unbroken. It goes back to the core theme of how to claim your highest destiny. We think that we are broken. I think that I'm broken. I need somebody outside of me, a system, a protocol, some sort of journey to help me to move from being broken to being unbroken. Here is my revolutionary, humble proposal for humanity, which is humans are pre-enlightened. Imagine this like pre-lit candle, like this is like pre-enlightened candle that we are not seeing because we don't know that exists. And collectively, we are not seeing. So because we are not seeing collectively, nobody thinks it's enlightened. And then we try to go for this journey to come to the point where we find ourselves enlightened. Some of us don't. So what if the idea, revolutionary simple idea that humans are pre-enlightened? So I try my best to simplify these ideas, but I want to make sure that it's clear that this is 10,000 to 20,000 years of human thinking in a short time, right? So if Einstein came and gave you the equation that he had for relativity, it would look something like this. And you'll be like, what the heck are we talking about here? And then he says, you know what? The concept is you don't need to understand all of that. If you understand energy is equals mass multiplied by square of the speed of light in meters, then you understand slightly more, but you still don't quite understand that the way he understands it. But you kind of understand that. But if Einstein came to and said, basically, you know what? Relativity basically means everything is relative to light. So the highest speed of the world is light, and then everything else is relative to light. And if he shares his imagination or his metaphor, saying that, hey, if a train is traveling at the speed of light in one direction, another train is traveling at the speed of light in another direction. The person in one train, a woman who's sitting on one train, and a man is sitting on the another train, and the next train, will they see each other, and how would they see each other? Who will see first? Then it's more and more clear to you because it's a metaphorical idea. I'll do my best to explain this in the next few minutes. I'll do my best to explain this idea in a metaphorical way, in a simple way. But if you're deeply interested in learning more about it, of course, there is so much more to read into what I'm saying, and you could study this more, and you could figure out. And there are people doing PhD on this work that we created, and so you could do a PhD and you could prove. And I'm not going to do PhD on this. You could study this and do. Keep in mind that we have a copyright on this topic, and we'll be happy to share this with anybody who wants to study. Okay, good. That being said, we layered humans into 7 levels of existence. There is identity and shadow, the blessing stories and curse stories, blessing beliefs and curse beliefs, blessing values and curse values, spiritual drives and psychological drives. That's where we are right now, right? That's what we're going to talk about today. And then super habits and curse habits, blessing emotions and human emotions or curse emotions. So in a second, you are going to understand why this is applicable in your business, why this is applicable in moving forward in life. And if you're stuck somewhere, if you're stuck starting a business, if you're stuck doing $100,000 in business, if you're stuck doing $1 million in business, or if you're stuck doing $100 million in business, you will understand why by end of this presentation, if you pay close attention to that. And if you want to leap forward in human experience, in relationship, or in your body, in your mind, in your soul, it's going to give you clarity on how to do that as well. Okay, so let's start with the first guy. Aristotle said, all human functions contribute to eudaimonia, happiness. If you pronounce it differently, it's not my fault. Okay, essentially happiness. So essentially all human functions contribute to happiness. Plato said, we are not self-sufficient, we need others, and we benefit from our social interactions, from other person's talents and aptitudes and friendship. So he brought in the social being of humans, right? And Freud as always, I mean, very intelligent man. He brought in a lot of revolutionary ideas into the world, and some of his crap into the world too. But for the most part, very intelligent person. He proposed two primal biologically based instincts. One is self-preservation and fulfilling the sexual drive to procreate. This is why humans survive. This is what drives humans. And then came Maslow, who said, almost similar time, Maslow came in and said, physiological drive, you need to feel safety, then you could love, then you could have self-esteem, then you could self-actualize and move on to the next level. Parallelly, Hindu philosophers, the yogis, they came up with this journey of 7 layers, root chakra to sacral to solar to heart to throat to third eye to crown, as another model of ascension where you are ascending from your, probably they didn't mean it that way, but from your unbrokenness to unbrokenness through this journey and find your transcendence. And then we have finally the spiral dynamics, which talks about different layers of human existence. But all of them, most of all of them were talking about the human mind, not the actual human itself. That's the biggest piece that is missing. So a parallel paradigm that humans had from Aristotle to Plato for a long time, we believe this for probably 4 million years in some capacity, that Earth was the center of the world, right? We thought that Earth is a center, and then we have sun on one side, it's rotating around Earth. What a self-satisfying theory that is. Right? And that's how we placed it. We called it the geocentric theory. And anybody who said against it, people said, oh, they are crazy. What's wrong with them? We should kill them because they are spreading blasphemy, because there's something seriously wrong about what they're saying. And then Copernicus came in and he said, this doesn't make sense. Hey, how could Earth be the center of the world? That doesn't make sense. Calculations are too complicated. And then Galileo came in and he said, oh, when I look through the telescope, I could see definitely Earth is not the center of the world. Sun is the center of the world. So that is what I call as the heliocentric theory, heliocentric model of, not what I call as, that is the heliocentric theory of universe or the world. And now I'm talking about the heliocentric model of human existence, the 10 drives, because we need to have a paradigm shift in the way we are thinking as a species in order for us to have a major shift. This is what I'm proposing. What I'm proposing is, very simply, there is no hierarchy. We are pre-enlightened. And if we are pre-enlightened, why are we not feeling like Buddha and Buddha all the time? It's because we don't know that we are enlightened. We don't know that we are pre-enlightened. So my concept, our concept that we are proposing here is, it's called heliocentric model of human drives. So what I propose is very simply, we have a mind, and there are these purple things that you're seeing on the outside are the needs of the mind, which is pretty much what Maslow interpreted as the human drives, almost most of it. So you would see security / certainty, which is essentially physical and psychological safety, and then and variety being the need for creativity and doing something unique. Significance is self-esteem, and then Maslow had love, which was part of human drive or human needs as well. So what you see in the purple is the human thing, the human mind experience. And from there, we would move into human soul. Human soul is freedom, integration, contribution, and growth. That's the needs of the soul. Those are the drives of the soul. And again, we have creativity and love as the needs of the soul. So we have 6 drives or needs for the soul and 4 drives for the mind. And they are linear. They are not hierarchical. They are 3-dimensional, but they are not hierarchical. So essentially, you could experience all of this or any of this anytime. That's a major paradigm shift I want to do. I want to bring in to our consciousness, that you could experience all of that. But the bottom line is, we as humans, we interpret that we are our minds, and because we are interpreting we are our own minds, we are stuck in security / certainty and significance. We are stuck in those two. Most people are stuck in those two. I'm not saying you are, but most people are stuck in, I need to feel secure. And we are looking for that psychological security because I feel I'm not enough, I will not be accepted. And because I'm not enough, because I will not be accepted, I need to feel significant. And we stay in those two spaces most of the time. And we think that that's our human experience. And one more thing that I want to add there is there is a conflict, and human by default is in conflict. The certainty / security is in conflict with growth and variety at the same time. When you need to feel like totally certain about what you're doing, what is happening on the floor, if you need to feel that what if this floor doesn't break, and you need to feel absolute certainty about everything, you cannot do anything. So it is contradicting your growth, and it's stopping you from experiencing the beauty and the variety of life. That is not humans. It's because the human mind is creating that conflict in us. The same way, you could see that significance and contribution are in conflict. Significance and love are in conflict. If you need to feel significant, you might not be able to feel loved sometimes. You need to feel love, then you might not feel significant. And if you need to feel significant, sometimes you don't want to contribute. I just want to be significant. And if you want to contribute, sometimes you need to let go of significance. So what you could see is some of the mental, if you see that, go back, and you would see that some of the mental drives are in conflict with the soul drives. That's why we have the supposed suffering / hard time in this human experience, because in some way, what we think we are, which is our mind, is in conflict with our soul. So at that point, the country is fighting against itself, and it creates suffering within the country, which is us. So significance is in conflict with love and contribution. The same way, you could see that variety is in conflict with integration. You want to be like doing so many things, and then you are not enough collecting that and integrating as a species. So that creates a conflict, and then it is in conflict with certainty as well. So we all humans have multiple ways to achieve the psychological needs. So today we will discuss so many things, but today I want to focus on the ways by which you achieve your basic psychological drives. What are the basic psychological drives? I call them the certainty and significance. So I'm going to focus only on certainty right now. So my question to the group is, write down, how do you find certainty? What is your recipe for finding certainty? Do you find certainty / security from within? Do you find it in a way that is harming other people, or that is putting down other people, or putting down yourself? How do you get certainty in your life? And if you are finding certainty in your life, are you doing it in a positive way? Are you doing it in a negative way? Are you doing it in a neutral way? And first of all, are you addicted to certainty? Because you don't have the sense of certainty, because as a whole, humans feel lost, because we don't know what we are doing here for the most part. And because we are lost, we need to feel certain. So the need for certainty, the drive for certainty is so high, we are addicted to it, because we don't have enough of that drug called certainty. We don't have enough of that drug called significance, because socially we are not feeling significant. So first of all, are you addicted to significance or certainty? If that's the case, we need to get you in a de-addiction program. I need to get myself in a de-addiction program. And if you are addicted to certainty, then how do you achieve certainty? What are the ways by which you achieve certainty? Is it by bringing other people up, or bringing other people down, or in a neutral way, or doing something good, or doing something bad, or in a neutral way? You have a gun and you point a gun at somebody, you feel certainty all of a sudden. If you are a parent and you try to control your child, you will do exactly what I'm saying to the 3-year-old, you will feel certainty. That is not the certainty that we are looking for. Where does your certainty come from? Can you bring in your certainty from within, where you are creating that certainty from a deeper level of faith. So in other words, faith is the ultimate certainty. And if you believe in some sort of creator, whatever name you call, that creator, knowing that that creator is in support for you, that creator is dreaming big for you, dreaming a bigger dream for you than you yourself dream. And the fact that the creator is seeing you bigger than you see yourself gives you certainty. That is beautiful. Find out a way how you could find certainty within yourself, so you don't need to look for certainty anymore because you have it inside. Then you are prepared to go back and embrace all these. I'm going back to this slide where you could have all of this, because all you need to do is let go of the need, the craving, the addiction for certainty, significance, structure, and variety. And then you'll be able to transcend and feel and understand for the first time that you are pre-enlightened. So that's my video for today. Let me know what you think, and I would love to hear from you.
You had to go through some crazy experience in your life. I understand that, but you can change that today.